The Halo universe is filled with wonder, mystery, and fascinating discoveries around every corner. With so much to explore, four friends decided it was about time that they booted up their consoles and discussed this universe that has grabbed their attention since childhood. JumperScape Audio kindly welcomes you to join them in the library.
Hello everybody, welcome back to The Library, the show where we talk about Halo lore. And we're finally done with talking about all the Halo games. Last week we finished with Halo Infinite and it was positive the whole time. James, don't laugh. It's
I'm
really
just laughing because I feel like you ham up the intro more and more every week.
Should I not? Should I be more dumbed down?
Did I say that?
Did I say that? He did not.
So, this week we're talking about Covenant Evolved. We're bringing it right back around. We're going to be talking about some of the more expansive stuff because what we did when we went around the first time was we talked about not Covenant Evolved specifically, but all of the Halo games, all of their surface level lore, everything that was just there on the campaign and what it's roughly about. Really, really terrible plot synopses done by yours truly. So now that we're done with that, what we're doing now, we are kicking off by talking about Covenant Evolved and its surrounding lore and everything that was going on while you weren't Chief. Maybe things that are happening in the Flood novel. Maybe things that were happening before the Flood novel. Whatever it is that is going on. But guys, I can't do it alone. I can't.
Dude, I got lost and gave up.
Yeah, you did.
I don't got much to say.
So, gentlemen, I've brought in some backup.
Who did you bring in?
Oh, Covenant Canon. Why?
Wait a minute.
Oh, I thought it was the walls talking to me.
So, my friend, Mr. Covenant Canon, I'll call you Mr. Canon from now on, like Nick. And welcome to the show, my friend. It's so great to have you on with us.
Thank you for having me.
How's how's your day going? How's it been going so far?
It's been good. A little long, a little tiring, a little hot, but otherwise, pretty good.
Well, I'm so glad that you get to round it out with a long conversation with us.
Oh yeah, great.
We like to have fun.
We like to have fun here. I've brought you here for a very special reason. Aside from the fact that I wanted to personally tell you with my voice that your version of lore videos is my favorite version of any of the lore videos I've seen. Creating your own little sort of narratives inside of a lore dump it makes it so much more interesting, so much more engaging.
Thank you very much. I wanted to kind of go the extra mile, kind of go where no one else has gone before. Pardon the Star Trek reference there.
Yes, it worked really well. I admit, I unfortunately have not seen every single one of your videos. How long have you been doing that specific style of lore thing? Were you doing lore videos more traditionally before, just talking into a microphone, or has this been a thing since you started?
I believe I started it like early on in the days of Halo 5. I think it was like in a few months after Halo 5 released. But like you said, it was pretty much just me just talking lore, random mic, like nothing really special. But as the years progressed, I thought, hey, might as well do something different. Talk about things from a in-universe perspective, kind of give those people kind of what specific characters, factions, places would be like if you were there. Yeah, so I just thought might as well kind of inverse into the lore just so everyone else can feel, so they can feel to be in that universe along with me.
Well, you pulled it off. You did a great job with it. Even as you're moving on with some of the new stuff that you're working on, being someone who is aware of at least one of them, it's exciting.
Yeah, I'm very excited as well.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic time getting to see all the different ways. I'm hoping that it actually catches on, that it actually starts a whole new trend for how lore is explained, because I mean, with us, how our show works, it's very much against the grain of how lore is usually done, in the fact that we barely talk about it during the show.
We touch on it, but it's just, we've really started hitting our stride where we'd like talk about it and just go on like goofy side tangents and just try to have fun with it.
Yeah.
One could say we like to have fun.
We like to have fun.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
It works out. It's a fun way to it's stuff like this. It's stuff like your content. It's stuff like, if I'm going to think off the top of my head, I very much enjoy the way that lore is explained with Xperia's videos. The way that they're edited, the way they're put together, they're fun to listen to. If it's fun, you're probably going to grab a whole lot more people's attention. And fun is, I think, probably one of the best ways to explain, and also well-crafted, I think, is another really good term for it. But fun is just, that's your content. You got a really cool thing going there. I'm always going to love it. But on that point, on the point of, since you actually recently, just last month, did a whole video breaking down every arbiter, which I'm certain was a very nice, normal, not challenging undertaking whatsoever.
Oh yeah. Oh no. It was a breeze. No, but
go ahead.
It was a bit of a challenge, but it was fun to do nonetheless.
I mean, I'm sure. There was one arbiter I'm trying to remember the name of. I'm doing my Jamie pull that up thing right now, trying to find the name of this one particular arbiter. There's one that just has the funniest name to me. What was his name? Oh no, Gibbity or whatever it is.
Heki Gabati. I think it was Heki Gabati. I'm not entirely sure.
I'm calling.
I think it was the one. Yeah, some of these arbiters have like some of the weirdest names. Some of them are kind of like, how the hell do I pronounce these things? Like that's kind of the challenge. That's one of the challenges of my profession, is how the hell am I going to pronounce some of these names?
For real, I
don't want to botch it and have everyone like have everyone have a go at me at the comments.
I mean, that's the benefit, though, I think, that we've got with some of the stuff that we talk about in lore, is the fact that probably a lot of people don't actually know how a lot of these things are pronounced, or how they're supposed to be inserted into sentences and stuff. They probably don't actually catch it, so we actually have to set the standard, it turns out.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, a lot of these names have just never been said out loud by anyone but, like, an audiobook narrator.
Yeah, and then audiobook narrator's not always right.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Man. It's actually the funniest thing. Okay, so here's the thing. Mr. Canon, have you listened to a lot of the Halo novels on audiobook before?
Oh, I listened to all of them on audiobooks. I listened to all the new Halo books via audiobooks. I think personally, I always love having physical copies.
Yeah.
But for me, audiobooks kind of help me visualize the settings, and it kind of helps me picture what's happening.
Sure.
And I've always had audiobooks for like my favorite novels, such as Broken Circle, Shadows of Reach, Halo Outcast, and all those books.
Yeah.
Like I said, they really help me visualize and give me a feel of what's going on. If I just read from like the book itself, I kind of zone out, if that makes sense.
No, I completely get it. Yeah. And it actually, it is fun because then you can still multitask and such. It adds extra layer, especially if you're doing stuff like working on Halo content. It helps a lot, actually.
I mean, I agree 100%. I find that part of my problem is reading. The act of reading already takes a percentage of my brain power. So that the rest of my brain that would be visualizing what I'm reading kind of struggles more.
Yeah. No, I definitely get where you're going out there. That's kind of my struggle there. That's kind of why I prefer audiobooks. Like, and also it helps me pass the time at work, because I also listen to a bunch of audiobooks when I'm at work.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. On that note, then, I kind of wanted to. This is a thing that's been going on recently with our book club. So we're going right now into Silent Storm, and with audiobooks, there is one small thing that one small issue that many of us have run into, and that's the audiobook narrators that you can kind of already assume are not going to be saying many things right at the very least, or they'll just say things in such a way that's like their performance is a little lacking. Would you agree?
To an extent, yeah.
Okay. Recently, we're starting with Silent Storm, and Silent Storm has the first chapter read by Steve Downes. We have a guy in our book club who was so excited. He only can listen to the audiobooks. He can't buy the books in physical copy. He only listens to them on audiobook. And he's like, I'm so excited to listen to Steve Downes and read this whole book to me. And then he sends a meme the next day. And it's just this, the top frame is just this dude smiling while looking at this thing. And it's just like Steve Downes narrating Silent Storm. And then the next frame is the smile dropping. And it's just the rest of it is narrated by Scott Brick. And I mean, I'm okay with Brick. Brick is fun. It's just, I think there's more of an inside joke that he just says a lot of things off about certain words. I don't know. I think it was Todd McLaren. I think that's his name, who is famous for his Mjolnir.
Oh man,
Mjolnir. That's happened one too many times. So, okay, if we're talking about Combat Evolved and we're talking about the surrounding stuff, one major thing that I wanted to tackle, because trying to pinpoint just one important thing from each of the Halo games is going to be difficult. It is going to be a challenge. But with Halo Combat Evolved, there is one specific element that is always in play, but we don't get to actually hear about it too much or even see it in the game itself. And that's what Thel Vadami is up to, not Vadam. He still got that E on the end there.
He still has the E.
Yep.
He still got that E on there. And what he was up to. And, I love him as a character before he became the Arbiter. I'm still down for him from start to finish, just because I like the way that I like his method of leadership. I like his definition of honor, including the pick up your weapon so I can kill you. It's a little brutal, but it's also like, oh, how nice of you to give them a chance, ?
A small chance. A minuscule chance. Because I'm pretty sure in that terminal they activated their camo immediately after anyway. So it's like, how fair was the fight really?
Oh, it's so good though. With Thel's actions during Combat Evolved, I actually genuinely, and I'm hoping you can help me fill in some of the gaps here, Mr. Cannon. I genuinely have forgotten a lot of what Vadami, my bad, I'm sorry, was doing at the time when Chief was out about actually destroying everything. I know that there was conflicts with things like Alpha Base. Humanity and like the UNSC had set up their own little Alpha Base setup from Pillar of Autumn, and they were making their own little resistance. But I only know that because aside from the fact that I read The Flood, I've also played what is it called? What Fireteam Raven. That takes place during the same stuff.
I was gonna say, you looked at James. I played it with you at Outpost Discovery.
Well, we did.
Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean we did?
I know he spent a lot of his time arguing with the Prophet of Stewardship.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much to sum it up. During the whole events of Halo Combat Evolved and Halo the Flood, Thel Vadami was the leader of all the Covenant forces stationed there on Alpha Halo. He was the supreme commander of the Fleet of Particular Justice. And he was butting heads with the religious figure of the fleet, the Prophet of Stewardship. Basically, Thel Vadam just wanted to destroy the humans outright and with no questions asked. But the Prophet of Stewardship, with a Halo ring, because the Halos, they were the pinnacle of the Covenant's holy mission to discover the the rings and begin the great journey. So you cannot. So in Stewardship's mind, you can't lay a finger, not even shoot a shot within range of that Halo ring. Otherwise, you could jeopardize the great journey.
Yikes.
But yeah, pretty much. And it was on that basis that Stewardship tried to basically usurp command over the fleet from Vadami. And that pretty much led to like an internal strife between the two. And it was because of that the UNSC, or the UNSC survivors of the Pillar of Autumn, were able to get such an advantage over the Covenant, because their command structure was internally in chaos. Like, I do remember Thelvadam tried to send I think it was a Spirit or a Phantom unit to Stewardship's ship and pretty much relieve him of his command, but the Prophet outright shot him out of the sky and pretty much warned them to stay away.
Jeez.
And yeah, like I said, the internal divisions within the fleet is primarily the reason why Alpha Halo got blown up. Like, we all know that Thelvadami, sorry, kind of messed up the name there.
It's just the way that it is.
Yeah. Yeah, but we all know that Thelvadami received full blame for Halo's destruction, but in all actuality, it was Stewardship who was actually responsible for albeit indirectly responsible for Halo's destruction. If he just stood out of if he just stepped back and let Vadami had his way, chances were good that the Covenant would have won on Alpha Halo.
But unfortunately,
and
otherwise.
And there were and of course there was also the Flood being released.
Oh, it's just a small footnote.
Yeah. And actually, it was during the whole conflict between him and Stewardship that one of the Covenant supply ships, the Infinite Succor, got infected by the Flood, and Vadami pretty much dispatched a Spec Ops unit, a Covenant Special Operations unit, led by our beloved Half-Jaw Urtas Vadumi.
Yeah.
Yep, and it was during that mission that led to him losing half his jaw, losing two of his mandibles. That was the mission that cost him his two mandibles. And funny enough, kind of breaking topic here, it was during that mission that one of his sub-commanders got infected by the Flood. He dueled him, and the Flood infected form pretty much sliced off his two mandibles.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's pretty much, that's a little rundown of how Urtas Vadumi became the Half-Jaw.
Jeez. You seem to know a lot about this whole Covenant stuff. You should probably make a whole channel off of this, actually.
Oh, really?
Probably be a hit.
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah, I think it actually probably could work out pretty well for you. I don't know if you got any access to like assets or anything like that, but
It's so crazy you have Covenant Canon on your birth certificate. That's why we've been calling you that.
yeah, that's why I'm calling it. Yeah, okay, Mr. Cannon. That's why I'm yeah. Oh gosh, I mean, and being for real though, that was, that was beyond what I was actually expecting as an answer. Okay, genuinely, a Covenant-focused lore channel that's already niche and ambitious as it is. So why focus specifically on the Covenant? Hopping off of this whole actually genuinely impressive monologue you just did about like what the events of Alpha Halo were.
Funny enough, the origins of Covenant Canon can be traced back to another Halo YouTube channel that sadly isn't really operating that much anymore. Halo Canon.
Oh yeah.
They were, it was an amazing channel. I loved, even it stretched back to the days of my final days in high school that I began watching his breakdown videos of the Escalation comics And over time, I got hooked so more and more and more into his videos. But as time passed, he focused a lot on UNSC and Forerunner stuff. I got so frustrated, like, where's the Covenant? Why is he doing more Covenant stuff? And it came to a point where I got so frustrated, I was like, you know what? Tell with this. I'm gonna make my own channel and see what I can do. Well, actually, as a matter of fact, it didn't. Covenant Canon actually was originated not as a YouTube channel, but as a Facebook page.
Oh, whoa!
That's yeah. It originated as a Facebook page, but as time moved on, and I posted more and more random Covenant lore on there, I thought, might as well try out YouTubing. See, try a hand at it. I was like, what the hell? And I got a mic. I got a really crappy video editing software, and that's kind of where it began. And over time, I learned, and I got more ambitious, and that kind of transformed a lonely Facebook page into a Covenant-centered YouTube channel.
I love that so much. I love how there's so many of these channel origin stories that are like, dude, I just wanted this thing, and this thing wasn't happening, so I just manifested the thing myself. Yeah,
exactly. If you want something, if you haven't found the topic or channels that deliver the kind of content you are looking for, why not just make it yourself and draw people to you? That way you can expand more. And honestly, it's not really the point of drawing people in to get your stuff in. It's kind of your passion to do what you do. That should be your driving force, not trying to get people or making money or something like that. That's not what I'm doing right now. I'm doing this because I like making Covenant content. And since the days of Halo Wars 2, I expanded that to the Banished. And honestly, expanding that, it kind of gives me more liberty to do other things.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. No, I get it entirely. So on that note, Connor, when is your Brute-centered channel coming out?
To be determined.
I would love if all the videos were just like 2.5 minutes ago, and this brute is a major brute. He's really cool, and he has really big arms, and it's really crazy.
His name is Tartarus. He went and hit the thing with the thing, ends it.
Honestly, Connor, you should do this.
Funny enough, I'm actually planning on doing a video of him, Tartarus. I was also thinking of actually making one of him.
I'll
a video
check it out. I'll be the first viewer.
I love tartar sauce.
Big fan of tartar sauce. Oh, we're now just talking about how Connor is going to be making his own little YouTube channel about brutes exclusively.
Yeah, only brutes is going to be no video no longer than 3 or 4 minutes. Can't be longer than that, and that'll be about it.
Yep.
It's going to be full of low quality JPEG images of brutes, and it's basically just going to him using adjectives.
I gotta crank the audio quality all the way down.
He's cool. I like him.
That's honestly better than I thought he was going to be. I thought it was just every video is just a 3 to 4 minute picture of a low quality brute with just Connor breathing in the background.
I mean, that'd be like the last half.
Pretty much Escherum,
pretty much Escherum, yes, because the dude really do just be like our story
and wheezing half the time.
Yeah, poor guy. Man, we really are just like
beat up a senior citizen.
We are just beating a senior citizen in Halo Infinite.
I mean, yeah.
Is that not just Halo as a whole, though? If the prophets aren't senior citizens, I mean, Mercy being the most senior citizen.
That's lightly.
Oh man, we really are just beating on the elderly in Halo's canon. So I actually wanted your perspective on a couple different things going on right now with Halo, because I don't know if you're aware of this. You probably are. You definitely are. We're in another drought, and It's a little rough. We have another guest that's going to be joining us next week that did a very good job of explaining what this drought is like and what it feels like. And as someone who already, now you can contest me on this if you want. I'm just saying this is someone from the outside looking in, from an already limited source of just simply the Covenant. As interesting as they are, I'm a big fan of the Covenant. I miss them dearly. I'm totally down with getting yet another splinter faction and just shortening them down to the Covenant. Totally down for that. But when things are already as, let's say, not very packed as it is right now, where it's just there's no new story, there's no new lore. Books like Epitaph are, instead of adding to the story, they're kind of wrapping up the story in a way. Things like that. Is it difficult right now to continue with new ideas, with new stories? Is this a challenge, or is this more like you were already riding this wave? You already know exactly what you were doing before all of this went down.
Good question. Your YouTube, honestly, I don't disagree with your assessments there. Honestly, I think with honestly, I kind of don't want there to be any more Covenant splinter groups to pretty much be prominent thus far. I think after what we had with Halo 4 and 5 with the Covenant remnants kind of not really going anywhere. And based on everything we've been seeing with Infinite and other stories that we've seen from books and Waypoint Chronicles, I think that for the future, I think the Banished need to be the center stage villains. Like, they need to be front and center, like of most conflicts. You can add in your occasional Covenant faction here and there, but the Banished need to be quintessentially the new Covenant, for lack of a better word. Like, when I say new Covenant, I mean like the Covenant that we fought in from Halo CE to Halo 3. Like that kind of Covenant. Like, that's what I mean, not some random cultist group.
A false cultist group at that.
Yeah. But back to the your original question. I don't see any. Well, there is a drought, but I don't see it really affecting me thus far, because at this point, with all the expanded stuff that we got in the past, with the Chronicles, the Encyclopedia, and other source materials that we've gotten, it's not a matter of too little stuff to cover. It's just a lot. Like what am I gonna do next? Because there's a lot to cover. There's a lot of other stuff. There's stuff in the Encyclopedia that they're worthy of breaking down in a video. Like, there's a lot, and like I said, with Chronicles and stuff like that, there is a lot for me. Like, because unlike most YouTubers, they are focused more primarily on gameplay, new stuff like DLCs, new maps, new armor, that kind of thing. That's not what my channel is about. That's not what Covenant Canon is about. It's about the lore. And like I said before, we've been getting a regular flux of lore stuff. So, like I said, it's not a matter of if there's not enough. It's just what to sort through.
Yeah, I get you. And
at least in terms of my opinion, it varies a lot from different content creators or people who like Halo for multiplayer, campaign, lore. It varies.
Yeah, and I think that's represented well on your socials. We follow very closely on our official JumperScape Twitter. how you very frequently, if I remember correctly, it's hashtag fight Halo Doom and Gloom. Is that the one that you use?
Reject Halo Doom and Gloom.
Halo
but
Doom
yeah.
and Gloom. Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole perspective that you just presented kind of matches with that pretty well, I think. It's pretty consistent on that standpoint, which is fair. I mean, it is pretty. Halo's community, we were talking about this just a little bit ago. Halo's community does tend to like to fight each other quite a bit.
Hey there, Halo fans. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our friends right after these messages.
From everything I've been, I kind of been fluctuating between other communities such as Star Wars, Game of Thrones, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's a matter of Halo communities. I think it's just a matter of fandoms, online fandoms. They're prone. Like it doesn't matter if you're Halo or you're Star Wars, Game of Thrones. They're the same traits arose. They are going to fight. They are going to be aggressive to one another. I don't understand. I don't think I can explain it well enough, but it's just, I feel like, I believe George R.R. Martin stayed best like a few months back. Online fandoms kind of killed the joy. They kind of they're kind of thieves of joy. Like what The Office, that famous Office quote stated, thieves of joy. I think that's a very accurate term for it. And in my experience, the way I try to deflect it is just not engage with it. Just ignore it. It's not my business. So I'm just moving on. The best way I try to avoid it is not dwell on things I dislike and more focus on stuff that I enjoy. Like it seems kind of counterproductive to dwell on the negatives and not talk about positive stuff. Like that's just that's not mentally good for you.
Yeah. No, I understand exactly what you're saying. And I think one of the most recent examples of that I can definitely tie back because, I got the segue and I'm good at riding it. Halo Combat Evolved Remastered is currently not remastered, remade, like completely remade in Unreal Engine. And now it's expanding. It's not just Combat Evolved. Apparently it's all three of the original games supposedly getting remastered in Unreal. But on the topic of CE specifically, if we're talking about CE and it's getting remastered, which we've already seen, anybody who's on social media has seen that there's some opposing opinions, including mine. I am one that is not entirely sold on it. I'm not entirely excited for it if it is a thing that is really happening, especially not it being on PlayStation. But that's a whole other conversation we've already had a couple weeks ago. And I kind of want to know, I want to chat for a sec about if Halo Combat Evolved did get remade. And I'm pretty sure everyone in this room except Connor, because he couldn't figure out how to finish it.
I literally followed a wall for a while. It turned into a cliffside, and I ended up in the same place where I was. So I don't know how I did it. At that point, I just given up.
Yeah, I think Halo Combat Evolved is my favorite mainline Halo game. ODST being my favorite Halo game of all time, but Combat Evolved is my favorite mainline game. Just off of the vibe, I don't know. There's something really interesting about it, and I think for the rest, you guys you're okay with it. Am I correct in that?
I like it. I struggle on replay. Every replay, like it gets more of a struggle. But
like on Combat Evolved or all Halo?
Combat Evolved.
Okay,
I thought that's specifically what you
and
meant.
I'm just kind of curious because is there a Halo that you think you could just replay over and over and over and over and over and over again, like me, how I do it all the time?
I would say probably for gameplay reasons, Halo 3. Even though Halo 2 is my favorite campaign and favorite story, it can be frustrating.
The only Halo game I could play over and over again is probably Halo 3.
Okay, so we'll probably do a Halo 3 playthrough soon.
Yeah, Halo 3 just has by far like the best level design. It's it's so fun. It doesn't get like, I couldn't sit there and just like, all right, you have to you sit there Sunday to Sunday, have to play it nonstop. I could not do it. I'd lose my freaking mind. But like, if there was a Halo game I'd like choose to continue to play on a regular basis, probably Halo 3.
Sick.
I'd say kind of to take a step back towards Halo Combat Evolved. I'd say play it with a friend. That game is
specifically a friend who knows what they're doing.
Yes. That game just feels so empty. You just need someone by your side to make it through that vast wasteland of Halo Combat
The
Evolved.
last 2 times I've played Combat Evolved, I was playing it with Connor for the first time, and I played it with my buddy Nate for the first time. That was that's the only time I can play it like somewhat willingly, is because I'm introducing someone to the franchise.
Is Nate still going through the franchise?
He hasn't been on his Xbox in like 3 months.
Fix that. I want to help him.
He is not going to get on anytime soon.
Dang, that's tough.
He's a busy guy.
Yeah.
Fair. Well, that makes sense. And on the topic of Combat Evolved Remade, if it's going to get remade, this is not a remaster. This isn't like Anniversary or Anniversary 2 or something like that. 20 years ago, Halo changed the way we play video games. Nothing like that or whatever they're doing. It's remade. It's a whole new game that is sort of like, I guess, closer to the way that MGS has been doing their remakes and everything like that, or the Spyro Reignited trilogy.
Well, first thing I thought it was Resident Evil.
For some reason, my first thing, and I just didn't leave it, I jumped to Spyro instead later on, was I thought of Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy.
Goated.
Yeah. Did you get it on console, on Xbox?
No.
Dude.
Any like Crash Bandicoot, like that, like I played that like when I was like on PlayStation.
My guy, the remasters are on Xbox now.
I know, I just haven't got around to it.
It's so good.
I should probably get on that.
You should get on that.
If PlayStation gets Halo, I want Sly Cooper on Xbox.
If they get Halo, I want Helldivers.
I think I'd rather have like one of the. I think I'd rather maybe not God of War.
I would want Spider-Man if we're talking about
Spider-Man. You got to think. I'm thinking about like, what's a fair trade. What is a fair trade in exchange? Helldivers isn't enough. Helldivers is not enough.
Halo is such a special exclusive. I'll take all of them. Give me all your exclusives.
I don't know if they do that.
They should. Xbox
would
has said the word gaming at least 20 more times.
Gaming.
They've said it way more than Sony has.
I want. Oh God, Spider-Man's a good one. We gave them Sea of Thieves as well.
Yeah.
So we give them Sea of Thieves and Halo. We get Helldivers and Spider-Man.
And Connor would get to play Gran Turismo.
Yeah. I would totally leave Forza.
Anyway, Combat Evolved Remade. Jeez. So, Combat Evolved, if it's going to get remade, are we down for the campaign changing? Like, are we down for the campaign getting an expansion? What if Combat Evolved is like Infinite, where it becomes open world with Alpha Base, with all the extra stuff that's happening in the book?
Shut your dirty mouth.
But what if it's good?
It's not gonna be. I'm sorry. 343 does not have a great track record right now. It's not gonna be.
What if it's not 343 making it?
That makes me even more worried. And you were even more worried about that last week.
Well, no, the thing is that if I'm the way that I'm thinking of it is, if it's Certain Affinity working on it, that'd be awesome. Because 343 didn't do Anniversary. They didn't do that. That was somebody else entirely.
I don't care. I don't.
I've never seen you make a face like that.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
You look like a Picasso painting.
I was disassociating from what he was saying.
Okay, listen, Mr. Cannon.
I will play it. That's what I'll say. I'll play it. I am legally obligated to give it a try. Legally.
But what if it's like actually a really good open world game?
And then we need to have a serious conversation about what the 343 is doing wrong then, and give them the keys.
I think first of all, I want to clarify. I don't want it to be open world. I'm so down for Halo being open linear. That's what I love. Mr. Cannon, you hit me with the just now, so please give me your perspective.
No, yeah, but I'm more than I actually kind of agree. I don't want it to be open world, kind of like what we've gotten lately with like Infinite, God of War, Gears 5. I kind of want it that way. I kind of want to be a more open linear story, kind of like what we got with Silent Cartographer in CE.
Hell yeah.
Like something like that.
Yep.
But back to the main question of combat or combat re-evolve or whatever.
Combat evolved.
But I kind of made my stance on this kind of clear in past social media tweets and stuff like that. My thing about it is I don't see a point in making it like you said earlier. Like it just for putting it on PlayStation, it just doesn't seem. Since we already had the anniversary, and yes, people don't, and a lot of people don't like it, but even still, it just kind of. But back to the main question that you asked, if we do get a remaster or what have you, I would very much like it to incorporate like most, if not all, of the events that took place in Halo the Flood into this new game. Kind of like bring in what Combat Evolve could not. Like add in Alpha Base, add in the Spec Ops Elite and Grunt that are hunting you. Yeah. Like make them like kind of like a shadow, like a hidden shadow, like something like that. That it's for those of you who don't know, in Halo the Flood, there's an elite called Zuka Zemami and his grunt assistant pretty much that are pretty much hunting you down canonically throughout the events of Combat Evolve. And at the very end, when you're at the Pillar of Autumn's crash site and you encounter an elite and a grunt spec op at one of the elevators, you kill him. Canonically, that was Zuka.
Then he went down easy.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, yeah. But back to the main question. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I would very much like to incorporate like most, if not all, the elements from Halo the Flood into this game. And hell, why not add in Fireteam Raven in or just put them as a cameo in this new remastered game. Like that would be really interesting for lore fans like me. I would really much appreciate that. But apart from that, I would probably add in new vehicles, or returning vehicles and guns like the Falcon. Fuel rod cannons, like that kind of thing. It's kind of top of my head right now, but just I honestly, and I know people are gonna really, really razz on me for this, but add in sprint.
Oh boy,
people are gonna razz on me for this, but I mean hell, he's a Spartan. You're playing a Spartan. They are known to be super fast. Like I said, if we have like a open linear world, it would kind of help move the story along if you kind of, not like a super flash speed kind of sprints, just like a jogging, if that makes sense. Kind of dial down the sprint.
I agree with how open, like, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't change that aspect about CE currently, but a lot of the gripes about CE, like the level design, obviously it's dated, but I mean, for the time it was good, but you start to realize going back to it when you want to play it, it's just like walking from, if you like, by the grace of God, you have a vehicle or something like that, cool, but even then it still takes a minute. But let's say you don't have a vehicle, sometimes just walking around, it becomes very, very, very redundant to just have to slowly walk around just to die and then, checkpoint, walk over again. So, I mean, I definitely see where you're coming from.
Reminds me of someone.
You?
CE, yeah, my experience.
That was basically Connor's experience playing CE, walking around. If we both died, he was just, it was chalked. But it got to a point where just like Connor would like die and just wait to spawn. Like, all right, go ahead and get over there so I can spawn on you. So he didn't have to walk the whole way. He'd go on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. I'm like, all right, I guess I got this.
See, if I were to have the campaign and I were able to do anything about it, which by the way, first and foremost, I would can the project. I'm not excited about that idea, especially off the coattails of Halo Infinite. That would leave a bad taste in my mouth. But if I had control, I would immediately add a whole new layer to the story, and I would absolutely incorporate Thel's perspective, his actions, maybe even pull a Halo 2, and you go back and forth between playing as Arbiter and Chief. That would be dope. I would be so down for that. Mostly because I'm still waiting for a game that's centered around Thel.
Thank you. Thank you. I have said this a million times before, and I will continue advocating for a Thelvadam spinoff game.
Well,
I'll always do that.
Here's what I'm saying, right? Okay, so here's how the cycle's going. If we do it right, if it's done right, aside from Halo Wars 2 that breaks the cycle completely for no reason, Halo 1, 2, 3, and then Wars ODST Reach. Okay, you got 3 on the main and 3 off the main. Cool. Halo 4, 5, Wars for some reason, and Infinite. Now you've got a opening for 3 new spin-off games. So here's what you do, all right? First of all, you're going to give us that Arbiter game. Just do anything with that. Next after that, give me a Gears E-Day treatment and take me back to Contact Harvest. I'll be down. I mean,
hell, I would play that in this, and it'd be interesting. Or hell, even sorry for going a little off topic.
Go for it.
But I've always wanted to see like something like an Alien Isolation kind of game where you're playing not as a soldier, not as a Spartan, but as a regular civilian trying to navigate one of the earliest Covenant invasions, like probably on Harvest or one of the other colonies that the Covenant that had no knowledge of the Covenant, and just surviving through like a hell zone, like a war zone. Like that would honestly be ambitious, but I think it might work.
See, and my most obscure, not really book because it's a short story in Evolutions, but my most ambitious book to game translation that I really, really want is Mona Lisa. I would take Mona Lisa in an instant.
Oh yeah, yeah, that would definitely. I could definitely see that working as something like kind of like Alien, kind of like an Alien type game.
Yep, easy. Man, the thing about Comedy Evolved and it being remade, like I love Comedy Evolved. I love it so much. I get worried about how it like, what does it say if that's really what comes next? Like Halo Infinite doesn't make it to its 10-year plan. Obviously, no one thought it was going to. I'm sure not even 343 thought they were going to do that. Infinite gets canned. Infinite is shut down. They're moving on to the next thing. And the next thing is another remaster. I don't know how that's. I just hope that it's all rumors like it is right now. But people love to latch on to those rumors. People love to talk about it like it's 100% truth. I can't. A lot of the accounts on Twitter, I cannot stand them because they're, especially people who are looking at things like Wolverine pre-alpha gameplay and being like, this game looks terrible. It's like, yeah, it's probably 4 years off from launch. It's not gonna look good. But even with that, it's like, I go back and forth between having a problem with the community and having a problem with whoever is in control of Halo, because whoever is in control of Halo might be making some weird decisions, but then the community says a lot of weird things about Halo in general. It's just, I know this is about Comedy Evolved lore. I'm sorry, guys. It's such a confusing place to be right now, especially with this conversation about the original games getting remastered and like, is this the right time? I don't know.
Well, no, I like I said in the beginning, like early on when we were on this topic, I just don't see a purpose for it. Like, if anything, this seems more like fan service, if anything else. Like,
well, the way I look at it, and it's a very, very shitty mindset, but it's the only way that really makes sense to me. they're doing it, and it makes sense with the PlayStation rumors because they want PlayStation to like be there for the start of it. If that makes sense, like they completely reboot the first 3 games, so PlayStation doesn't like have to go back and play the old outdated ones. They get a fresh coat, be up to date with that story on a different timeline. Which that equally scares me. That's the only thing that makes sense to me is that's why they're doing it. It's because it's going to go to PlayStation, and they're just going to want them to like have a good experience with the first 3 new games. And I say new in air quotes, but that's at least how I look at it.
No.
I still, without any like confirmation or any genuine proof, I'm looking at this as nothing more than rumor. Like it just doesn't. I don't see any evidence to really give it much credence other than just being a rumor.
Yeah, and I think it's probably the best way to go about it.
Yeah, like I said in the beginning, like early on, I tend not to focus on so many incontrollable things. Like it just to me that's just counterproductive.
Yeah, I get it completely. I completely. I think you're speaking nothing but truth. Now we are running out of time, unfortunately, for today. So I'm gonna have one more question for you, good sir, and I promise you it's going to be annoyingly grand scale. I desperately want to know your favorite aspect, not part, not line, not scene, your favorite aspect, your favorite concept within Halo Combat Evolved's story. What about it do you think does it exceed in terms of quality, in terms of how it's presented? What's the best part about Halo Combat Evolved's story and lore to you?
I think it's about the grandeur of the setting the era, the setting that you're jumped into. Like you're immediately thrust into this massive ring world that is just has so much different environments it's just visually beautiful because the setting pretty much gets you hooked into the game. If you're just on like just a random planet, okay, whatever, it's just a random sci-fi thing. But this is what Combat Evolved did, it made it unique. It made a unique approach. It added it made the world speak to you, if that makes sense. I
like that
with its landscape, its architecture, its scenery, the settings. I think that's what like gameplay. Obviously, that's a key factor. But I think what really hooked people into Halo, it certainly hooked me, is the scope of the world around you.
That's a really good way to put it too. The
deep.
scope. I liked that. The scope. That's actually a really good way to put it. I love that. Yeah, that was much more well articulated than I was expecting, man. Good job.
Yeah, I was trying to. I'm very surprised I was actually able to explain well. I'm really crap at explaining something on my own without script.
It worked out perfectly fine. It's been absolutely fun having you on the show to talk about the pros and cons, the ups and downs, the ebb and flow of Halo.
Yeah,
it's been a fantastic time. I think we're all going to be paying attention to your channel for a while now because I think it's due for a boom. I think it's due for a little bit of like you get that one video that hits into the 6 digits minimum.
Oh god, that would be something to see.
Oh man, it's been so much fun though. Are there any final thoughts about Halo Combat Evolved that you'd want to share, or anything that's on your note? If you don't feel like talking about Combat Evolved anymore, is there anything that you're working on right now? Collaborations, unique creations, anything like that you would say that our audience would be excited to hear about that will be coming to your channel soon?
Yeah. Right now I'm working on a few projects at the moment. Primarily right now I'm focusing on a lore video on Ilsa Zane. Well, let's just say she's a messed up Spartan, to put it lightly. Who ends up joining the Banished, and pretty much I'm pretty much kind of totally having that story explained through the perspective of Escharum, and something similar to Escharum. I would say
That's so sick.
Yeah, but as to other projects that I'm potentially working on, I'm thinking of planning on doing a video breakdown on Tartarus from Halo 2, because there's some information that people don't know about him, and I'm dabbling into talking about it through its perspective on one of his relatives that we do know from one of the short stories of Halo. But that's kind of a still work in progress at the moment. But as to other projects,
We'll definitely watch the Tartarus video.
yeah. but yeah, as to other projects, it's kind of fluctuating. Like when it comes to my projects, it kind of depends on what comes to mind, what I'm feeling, what I feel like would draw people in. Like that's kind of my thought process on conjuring up new video projects.
Sweet. Love it so much. Well, that's fantastic. Glad to hear it. Glad they're making all these really cool ideas come to life. And I'm hoping that everybody else out here is very much interested in this. You very well should be. His style, I love it. I'm such a big fan of it. I endorse it 100%. For those who are listening, if you enjoy this show and if you enjoy what we are doing out here, you can go and support us directly, patreon.com/JumperScape. Get yourself some nice little goodies and help keep this show running. And if you want to join the community, get in contact with people like this guy, Covenant Canon. He's actually here. He's probably, I think, probably one of the only Halo YouTubers that will consistently reply if people tag.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, if you tag me, I will probably look at it.
Sick. So yeah, get in contact with him. Get in contact with other Halo fans. Hang out, have a good time. We got a book club and everything. You know, have some good times while you're here in discord.gg/JumperScape. We would love to have you. But otherwise, we're probably going to be moving over to Thursday, talking about all the stuff going on in the community as such and all of that. And otherwise, we will see you guys next week with Halo 2 and a very special guest. So thank you again, Mr. Cannon, for joining us today. Everybody who hasn't checked out his content, you should definitely go and check it out. Covenant Canon, however you want to look it up on YouTube. It'll bring you the same results every time. So thank you so much for joining us again, Mr. Cannon, and thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you guys next week.
The library was produced and published by JumperScape Audio. Funding was provided by our fantastic patrons on Patreon. If you enjoy the show and wish to support JumperScape's future projects or get some sweet benefits, join our Patreon at patreon.com/JumperScape or become part of this truly special community at discord.gg/JumperScape. Thank you for your listenership, and we hope you enjoyed.
The Halo universe is filled with wonder, mystery, and fascinating discoveries around every corner. With so much to explore, four friends decided it was about time that they booted up their consoles and discussed this universe that has grabbed their attention since childhood. JumperScape Audio kindly welcomes you to join them in the library.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Library, the show where we talk about Halo lore on Tuesdays.
On Tuesday.
But it's Thursday.
Because we say that.
It's Thursday.
Yeah. We're still waiting to get things all set up for our, other show. But we're working on it. It's almost there. In fact, we're sitting in a slightly modified studio at this moment that will be more reflective of what the actual thing will look like. This is where the camera's going to be, guys.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That camera that costs like a lot.
A camera?
Yeah. Hey, speaking of things costing a lot, hey, patreon.com/JumperScape. We have a lot of stuff that we would like to pull off and do, and that costs money. So patreon.com/JumperScape. Also, stuff that you can get for yourself. We do offer quite a bit of stuff that you can get for yourself. So do that. Otherwise, if you want to just greenlight shows, that's always helpful. ko-fi.com/JumperScape. I think it's, I know it's supposed to be coffee, but who says coffee like that? No.
Ko-fi.
Ko-fi. So, oh my gosh, what is going on in the Discord server? I'm looking down. Okay, so we have a quiz show guest today, just so you guys know, which means we're going to be hitting that.
Ooh.
And right now they're in general VC with straight up Durandal from Marathon, the AI. Y'all don't know who that is. Y'all don't even know who Durandal is. Nope. Y'all don't know Marathon. Y'all should play Marathon. The first one's free on Steam. It's on Steam. Just install it. Fine. Jeez, whatever, It's not even necessary. You know what I don't like? That there's nothing to talk about for the Halo community today.
So the Patreon list.
That's really the only thing I can do. Because, dude, I want to talk about Halo so bad, but there's nothing going on.
There's nothing to talk about.
Once again, they uploaded the trailer after the game showcase, which is a choice, I guess. It was a decision. We're just gonna pull this guy in for the quiz show. I'm just gonna let him know that we're gonna be doing it. We're just gonna say a quick get ready.
Get ready.
Get ready. Halo Infinite should have kept that line of the, what was it? It was the, no, we need to fight.
Yeah, they took that out.
I don't know why they removed that.
It was stupid.
It was the best line.
And they took it out.
No.
What did they replace? They replaced it with
just I need a weapon.
Yeah, which I mean, cool, but
he already said it.
Yeah,
that's how you make it.
It was one of the most unnecessary changes, and I'm like, oh,
especially since Halo Infinite is such a one-liner heavy campaign for Chief. Yeah, give him some unique ones. He doesn't have to say the same stuff all the time. And he doesn't usually. Jeez. Anyway, here comes the guest. Hello, Mr. Sergeant Forge's Chipotle Shotgun.
We didn't do the build up.
The build up.
We didn't do the did you hear that?
But I don't even do that anymore.
Oh.
I don't incorporate those. You don't listen to the library, do you?
This guy clearly doesn't own an air fryer.
Hey there, my friend. How are you doing?
Good. What's going on?
Not a whole lot. I'm gonna be real with you.
We were trying to think of something to talk about in terms of the Halo community, but there ain't.
Yeah. Thanks, Shane. I gotta hit the M key again now. Dude, that's not funny. That's not funny.
It's not funny. It's not fucking funny.
Gosh. Why?
We're getting burnt out. We're trying to have fun.
Chipotle, it's your turn. You're supposed to say a swear now.
Excuse my French, but heck and frick.
Whoa.
Are you trying to get us canceled?
I guess we're gonna have to kick you out for that.
Canceled.
Can I ask mods to
Ban him on every social media platform this instant.
My friend, have you listened to the quiz show before in the past?
Yes, I'm familiar with your entire catalog of work.
Wow, look at this guy. He's educated. He knows what's going on. That means you know exactly what you're up against.
I do. I just hopefully get those crazy easy questions at the beginning instead of at the end. So.
Oh yeah, we'll see what happens. I guess. Shane, that'll be up to him because he's the one that picks these questions. So it's up to how merciful he feels.
Dang. Okay.
No, okay. I think these are pretty fair. I think the questions are pretty. You'll get. I think you have a few freebies as well.
Probably. There's one at least.
Yeah, minimum one that's a freebie. But there's still other few that I guess you have like a 10% chance of getting wrong. I won't say which one, but there's definitely one that is a major freebie.
Okay. God, hopefully I get those.
Now,
Okay. All right.
now you know what you're playing for.
What? Is there a theme to these?
No.
It's just,
we like to have fun here.
It's a conglomerate of Halo lore questions across any and all of the games.
You know, I'm so glad that you asked. The theme is Halo.
That is the theme. He did not lie to you.
Right.
So
I thought this was an Animal Crossing podcast.
Oh no, no.
Sorry.
That was the original concept.
Yeah.
I mean, for one episode, we were kind of a Call of Duty podcast.
What do you mean? That was a completely normal episode.
Oh yeah, my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was completely normal, lore accurate.
I can send you my collected works of Animal Crossing fan fiction if you'd like.
I'm good. I'm good.
I'll take it.
James will take
Okay.
it.
James will take it.
James, may
James
God
will take
have
it.
mercy on your soul.
James
I'm
will take
curious. God.
Okay, well, as long as the questions are across all the games, it's been a long time. You know, I was 19 when Halo CE came out.
So that means you need to play the games again. That's really all I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
So you're playing for 500 Halo Infinite credits. Do you have any idea where you're going to use them on at all?
A new pauldron.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah. I can maybe put him towards actually trying to get to the very end of the Heroes of Reach season, because that one's ridiculously huge, and there's some stuff that I really want from there, and you know.
Well, that's completely understandable. The good news is there are 3 more battle passes that are the exact same length.
Get on the grind.
Oh man, you're gonna have such a great time. Anyway, so you already know the rules. Then you get 2 questions you can get wrong. You get 3 wrong, you're out of my VC. If you get
Talk about power trip.
We're all a little loopy at the moment.
yeah, this is like hour 3 of recording the library today.
Yeah, you guys are going ham.
So we're going to be trying our best to make it so that you can get through this by giving you that emotional support you need. But you do get 2 questions wrong, and after that, it's going to be game over. When you get a question right, you will hear, hopefully you hear this. Did you hear that?
I did in fact hear
Oh
that.
my gosh,
Did
thank
you see
God.
it?
Did you see it? Okay. and then if you get a question wrong, you get to hear Mr. Jeff Steitzer, voice of God, say,
social credit deducted.
so you don't want to get that.
Okay, I think I'm ready to play.
All right. Okay. Then here we go.
Wait.
What?
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Wait, no, hang on. How many phone hosts do I get?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Should I start making it so they get 2 lifelines, guys?
No, it's 1.
Just one?
Can't be too easy.
Let's just be honest. It might as well be 1 lifeline, even if there's 2 of them.
Okay. So yes, you still get 1 lifeline. That is still the norm. So you can call upon, Shane, James, or Connor, but most of the time it'll be Shane or James.
But I thought Shane made the questions.
I was gonna say,
You made the questions. I wrote the answers.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess there's a few I don't know.
Do you remember the questions you wrote?
No. Really, I don't go too in depth with a lot of these.
Then that's good. That's how a lifeline should work.
Yeah.
It should be a free answer. So there you go. If you need a free answer from the lifeline from Shane or James or Connor, if you really feel like, seeing what happens.
For shits and gigs, choose Connor.
If you win, if you win, you get to do the rest of the questions anyway. You should definitely lifeline for Connor to see.
Okay. I think I'm ready.
All right.
I will give it my all.
Then here we go. I want to see what does this button do again? That's crickets. I want to make it start with a sound. I just don't have a. Okay, that's not a good one. We're just gonna we'll just call that. Anyway, question number 1. What was the planet the Covenant first revealed themselves to humanity on? Was it Eridanus 2, Harvest, or Earth?
That was Harvest.
That was Harvest. Good. We're already on the right track. This is great. Okay. Question 2. Which Halo comes first chronologically? Is it Halo Combat Evolved, Halo Reach or Halo Wars?
Oh, Halo Wars.
It's Halo Wars, baby. Okay. We're on a roll. We already got this in the bag. Okay, question 3. What was the first sentence the Arbiter spoke in Halo 2? Was it, there was one ship, noble hierarchs, surely you understand that once the parasite attacked, or they fled as we set fire to their planet?
Noble hierarchs.
Social credit.
The answer was, there was one ship. One.
That was a tough one.
Are you sure? Yes.
Dang, yeah.
That was a tough one. That was a
Yep.
tough. I didn't even know that one off. They all happened within a span of 30 seconds of each other.
It's like
It's okay, Shane. I didn't know that one either.
I really remember from that
No way.
cutscene is like it's suicide.
All right, here we go. Question 4. At the end of Halo 4, see question 4, what were Cortana's final words to the Chief? Was it, this is the end, John? Welcome home, John? Or most of me is down there now?
Oh man, this is oof.
I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. I wrote the questions.
Yeah.
Austin gave the answers though, so don't put it all on me. It's a conjoined effort.
Okay. I'm gonna use a lifeline. I'm requesting Shane.
Okay,
Oh.
Shane.
Okay.
The question is, at the end of Halo 4, what were Cortana's final words to the Master Chief? Were they, this is the end, John? Welcome home, John? Or most of me is down there now?
It's welcome home, John.
Congratulations. Your lifeline worked out. You're good. You're on the second half of the quiz.
I'm disappointed you didn't pick Connor.
I've been mentally
yeah.
playing this whole time, and I was right on that one.
Now here's the thing.
That's how. So right now, I'm no longer in danger of losing. Right?
No, you were very much in danger.
Oh dang it! Okay.
Unrelated to the show. You're very much in danger.
Look! I'm not gonna get added to that freaking garage. Okay. I'm not,
Sorry, Shane.
I'm going home. I'm gonna go home.
Now for this game and this game only, if it's funny enough and people love it, I'm gonna keep it. You get a special Connor lifeline.
okay.
I like that.
So there's a lifeline for everything else, and then there's the Connor lifeline.
That is your last resort.
The last resort. If you are 100% uncertain, let his guesstimations hit.
Oh man, I really hope it's no more quotes.
I don't think it is.
Okay.
There is one more.
Is there?
Yes.
I don't even remember it.
Oh, it better be. I need a weapon, or like hell she is.
All right. Question 5. What was the name of Spartan Locke's fire team? Was it, in Halo 5, was it Fire Team Cobalt, Fire Team Orion, or Fire Team Osiris?
Osiris.
It was Osiris. Question 6. In the legendary ending, specifically, of Halo Infinite, which AI was deployed? Was it Mendicant Bias, Offensive Bias, or Somewhat Unpleasant Bias?
Oh man, Halo Infinite.
Halo Infinite. At the very end, in the legendary,
no.
there's a whole dialogue happening.
Nobody played that campaign, much less the legendary. Okay, I'm gonna use my freaking call it Connor.
All right, Connor lifeline. Connor, you were laughing and now you're not.
Alrighty.
Your question,
Now you're in the
I've come
hot
up
seat,
with an
Connor.
answer.
all right, Connor, your question is, in the legendary ending of Halo Infinite, which you 100% finished,
Absolutely. Greatest campaign of all time.
which AI
Played it
was
faster than anyone else.
which AI was
Wow, I played
deployed?
it fast, they said.
Was it Mendicant Bias, Offensive Bias, or Somewhat Unpleasant Bias?
I'd have to say it was Mendicant Bias, yeah.
Social credit.
I played it so fast I forgot.
It was Offensive Bias was deployed at the end of the game. Thank you, Connor.
I find that offensive. That's a wrong answer.
Okay, Mr. Chipotle Shotgun. This is it. If you get one more wrong, that's it. That's game.
You got these. You got these next.
You
few.
only have 4 more to go. I believe in you.
Oh my lord. Okay.
All right. True or false? 343 hates us, and that's why we didn't get Halo content at the game showcase.
I knew someone would like this question.
I am in no danger of losing any type of access when it comes to 343. So that is true.
It's true. I'm sure they understand.
Yeah,
There's your freebie. This is the one freebie I was talking about.
Yes. Question number 8. After the Arbiter kills the Prophet, what does he say? Note, I'm going to make this very clear. After the Arbiter killed the Prophet, what does he say? Nothing, he screams. And so, you must be silenced. Or, asshole, you must be silenced.
Because he did, but did he say something before that? Oh man, this is tough. I think it was the second option.
I want to repeat it for you. Are you down for that?
Okay, yeah. One more time.
Okay. After the Arbiter kills the Prophet, what does he say? Nothing. He screams, and so you must be silenced. Or, asshole, you must be silenced.
I think it's option B.
And so you must be silenced?
Yes.
Social credit.
He says that before he kills the Prophet.
Dang it. So he just does do like this like guttural
He
scream.
just
I should have went with my gut on that.
You should have.
That's what I was gonna say.
The gut is always right.
Yeah. All right. Would you like to try the last 2 questions just for the sake of the fun?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Sick. Okay. Question 9. Which one of the hosts is the most likely to know the least about Halo? Is it James, Austin, Shane, or Connor?
Only one of you has let me down this evening, so we're gonna go with Connor.
There was your other freebie. There was another.
Damn, bro could have just said Connor, but he had to pour salt in the wound.
Put that question in there. Honestly, what is up with our audience pouring salt in a lot of wounds?
Or pancakes.
Well, it's better than pouring on pancakes.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Which one of you two made that question?
Him.
He makes all the questions.
I make all of the questions. It's my job.
Yeah, key that one.
Yeah. All right. Final question. What about the Master Chief is revealed in the final moments of the Halo 4 legendary ending? Nothing. It's a black screen. His eyes or his whole face?
It's his eyes.
It's his eyes.
Man, if you just got that one right, you would have.
That would have been it.
At the end of the day,
I'm
you
rubbing
can-
salt in the
You
wound.
can kind of blame Connor if you really want to.
Yeah.
That's what you should do.
And I 100% will. I'm gonna be on my deathbed talking smack about Connor. So
Wow, Connor.
You have a new op.
Connor did this.
My bad.
My
yeah,
bad.
you got a brand new op. Don't let me keep you laughing.
Man, we're out here creating enemies. It's great.
Not friends.
We like to have fun here against each other.
Yeah, and I only fight on legendary difficulty, so you're not getting heroic.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Oh, dude. Thank you for joining us. Nevertheless, sorry that it didn't work out. But hey, if you want, you can throw your name right back into the wheel spin. And if you get back, you can try again. You can come back. Your comeback story. There will be victory.
Oh, I 100% will. It's been a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Of course. Hey, before you go, real quick, thoughts on Halo Combat Evolved?
Freaking amazing. Like I said, I was it was either 18 or 19 when it came out, and I mean, just the LAN parties back then in Blood Gulch were just ridiculous. So it's probably some of the best memories that I have from gaming. Period.
Gaming. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for that. Then I'm so glad to hear that. Woo! So, I thank you for at least throwing your chances in there, trying to get some nice Halo Infinite credits. Sorry you didn't win anything, but we're still happy that you joined us. So, I hope that the rest of your evening is fine. Sorry that this was dragged out a little bit, and I guess we'll see you around in the Discord server. Sound good?
I guess so. I guess I'll go downstairs and play multiplayer. I'll just be pauldronless because I can't. I didn't get any freaking credit.
I'm sorry if you just end up just standing there in front of your TV, just stroking the pauldron. Whoa! I love how you guys react this way, and you made that exact same joke at one point. No, he did. He made that joke at one point.
Yeah, but we live.
Yeah, you're right. It's fine.
What joke? I missed it.
I'll explain in a
19th.
second.
That's
I'll explain in a second. Hey,
I'll sit there stroking my grav hammer.
Oh man. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us again, and we'll see you around in the Discord.
Okay, sounds good.
Later. Okay, now that he's gone. James, what I was explaining was there was that time where Blitz was busted, and you're like, I'm stroking my TV right now, and none of us thought you were going to say that.
Oh yeah.
I made that joke. I was like, you're gonna be standing in front of your TV just stroking the pauldron, and Shane and Connor both were like,
I said what?
what did he say?
What are you saying?
Anyway, we are on to the Patreon list.
Oh yeah.
Once I pull it up.
I just saw a graph and I didn't like it.
I
saw a graph. I'm like,
that was our review graph. That's it.
That's not good either.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
You see, I'm on the side of the laptop where I don't get to see the scary numbers. I don't have to read, so I'm good over here.
Yep, you get to just kind of live with the fact that JumperScape exists and it has no sign of ever not existing until we're well and done and gone.
Sick.
Okay, so starting off with our top tier supporters on Patreon, the $150 tier chroniclers, we have, as you know, Skibbity Toilet does not live in the Goon Cave, but rather in a Mog Camp.
Oh, James, this is not the theme.
Who let James write a review?
This is
He
not.
does send a whole lot of those, doesn't
No,
he?
he does.
To be fair, this is Patreon.
or we'll be just be sitting there in the Xbox part of the Discord, and it'll be quiet, and James will just go, Skibbity.
And I'm having the same reaction as to what James would say right now. It's just, let's not do this. I hope this is not the tone for the rest of these names.
You were with Skibbity. You brought him here to mog me.
Jacob Adlam, Scion Esports, love you guys. It's Default 456, Dark Salad 42, Walter White voice. I'd say my name. You're Dick Hammerbush. Yeah! You're damn right.
Did it say after the scream?
No, I just saved it.
Okay.
I'm smart. As you know, Destiny 2 is better. Love Rogue. Of course. Sure. Better than what? Better than Halo?
Wait.
Suck my nards, dude.
Wait, did a Patreon name just say Destiny 2 is better?
Yes.
Who?
Rogue.
We're throwing a chair at him.
Hounds of Meath, Mr. Shifter, James Zealot, Seth Rutherford, Spartan Dave, welcome to Camp Navarro. So you're the new replacement. You're out of uniform, soldier! Where is your power armor?
Oh no.
Captain Varco, UNSC walks softly, Cool Blazer, H Ghost, Mo Maggot, Y'all, and Spartan Buko G156, Vermin, Addy Criminal, Connor Clark, Dapper Dame, Dylan, Lactating Gator, Lactating Milk Tea, Linda Marie.
Woo! She's back.
She's back.
Is it really Linda Marie? Or is it another person playing with your emotions?
Same PFP. Same PFP.
I miss Face McShooty.
Maybe it's the real deal.
Bozole is one of the names. Bozole. Sergeant Forge's Chipotle Shotgun. Sorry about the quiz show today, buddy. The Lactation of Mercy.
Blame Connor.
Warty Wart Day James. Oh, Warty Wart Day James. Wart.
Oh, thank you.
Brennan Pfeiffer, Sky Cairo, Ismaz Gadidal, Eliza. Happy birthday, James from the own goal. Okay, so that's outdated.
There's some leftovers from my birthday.
JX O'Malley, Keith G77, Slab Nuts, the smooth brain slinger with a big iron on his hip. A slightly sucked on lactating snake nipple. Ugh. As you know, I am in Xperia. As you know, just be clear, he's not supporting us on Patreon. As you know, the inheritance cycle is the GOAT. Aussie ODSD, Austin, you left me stranded on Reach, and Shane came and saved me. We're getting divorced on Goy Wife. No!
Whoa! New lore dropped.
Birthday boy lactator. Whoa.
Hey yo, I think that was for James over here.
Don't. Damian Groth, Dr. Lactator, how's the butt shot, Shane? As you know, one of the hosts ratted you out.
You guys know way too fucking much about my personal life. You know way too fucking much.
The as you know slipped in there.
Parking is for 2 library hosts only, and Connor, violators will be violated. Oh, and happy birthday, James. He has from last week. Pity 104, The Goob, X3TN, Zengil, Claude Spark, 5970, Daniel Dumpweed, Garrus Vicarian, Halo the Guy, Homie. As you know, Shane can actually pull women. Example, me.
All right.
Iskari, Kiri, Kyle Hooley, Shane, look what you've done to my bloody shed, man. Warm apple swouse is the last one. I'm supposed to be leaving that for last, and I didn't. Last but not least, warm apple swouse.
What? That was hardly English.
I was distracted by my phone's alarm going
So
off.
that was some fun for least is a wild warm apple swouse.
That's all you needed. Those last 3 words, that's all you needed.
You should have just left it with a afterwards.
All right, so now we are on to the reviews. Are you guys ready for basically not very much?
Yes. Let's go.
Ready for it all.
Okay, so
Let's go.
First and foremost, we have 5 stars from.
Hey, cat guy.
Can you let me out of the mini fridge, please? I am cold in the fridge and it is overflowing from all the people. Who do you think will win? Connor, James, Shane, or Austin?
Stop!
Okay, and this is very much the same. So I'm just going to leave that there. It's just the same thing. Clonocat 83, 5 stars. Package received. Wait, why is the package yodeling? Oh, no. Oh, no. And lastly.
Wait, where is it?
It is currently on that, I think, on that chair.
It's
Okay.
right next to the pencil.
Then, lastly, 5 stars from Alien Boy, Space Battle. This is that thing that someone said that they were going to make a fan story out of our ship names. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Another. Okay.
Okay, here's the story. Apple Podcasts, this is a joke. Austin's ship is the CCS Illusion of Necessity. James is the UNSC Chick-fil-A Waffle Fries. Connor has the UNSC It's Hammer Time. Shane wasn't there when the question was asked, so he's an AI.
I knew something was coming. I knew something
My
stupid was
ship would not be a UNSC ship, but that's fine.
It can be retconned.
Hammer time's pretty accurate. I can see myself saying
Okay,
that.
here it goes. Captain Austin woke with a throbbing pain in his head. That's accurate.
I can't read what you're reading, so I just hear Captain Austin woke up with a throbbing, and I was like,
Oh, headache. Okay.
I read ahead. I wouldn't do that. I promise. He grumbled and got out of his cold, hard bed. He looked to his AI, Shane. Where am I? Oh, wait, no, you asked that. So again, where am I? He asked. The CCS Illusion of Necessity, or what's left of it anyway. But no, that's you saying that. Dang it, this is all getting all because it was just he asked. Where am I? I'm going to make myself sound awesome. I'm going to use Tarkov's voice, actually. Where am I? He asked. The CCS Illusion of Necessity, or what's left of it anyway, said Shane. How's the garage project going? Austin asked. Not good. Had to unalive someone. Then there was a boom. What was that? Asked Austin. The UNSC Chick-fil-A Waffle Fries. They're firing their chicken nuggets, Shane replied frantically. Moments later, a rogue McNugget severed the galvanized square steel walls of the ship.
Galvanized meme.
No, we're losing the ship. Get in an escape pod, said Shane crisply. Oh no! He's doing the crisply thing from Halo Defiance.
crisply.
He says crisply a lot in that book. He writes it so frequently. I hate that.
Watch, you just used crisply unknowingly, and you're just flaming him.
Hang on. Okay, said Austin crisply. The pod blasted from the ship, and then another ship approached. The UNSC It's Hammer Time. Was that long enough, or should I make it shorter? Shorter, like nothing.
I just show up. It exists.
Honestly,
Just a mere mention.
it's the same thing as
in every story.
You're just not. No one's gonna talk about you, my guy. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm just firing chicken nuggets at people.
Through my galvanized steel walls.
Yes.
Hey there, Halo fans. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our friends right after these messages.
Oh
That
god.
was such a quick meme. I'm so glad that made that in there.
And what was that about? I don't know what that was. It was funny.
So basically, there was someone somewhere in some expensive apartment room, and I think it maybe New York, who had like barely any space. So they illegally bought like galvanized steel bars, whatever, built out of their apartment, like hanging over the windows ledge or whatever, and just added on, made it an addition to their apartment.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
That's definitely illegal.
Did that go
Yeah.
Did that go well?
I don't know. I don't know if it actually happened. I've seen too many videos and animations of people actually doing it. I don't know if it's real. I don't know.
That's fair.
But it is one of my favorites that happened. And yeah.
All right. Well, we're moving on to our Q&A to wrap up today's community portion. So, first and foremost, first question comes from OK Google, call 911. Noble 6 versus Adam Smasher. Who wins? Has anyone played Cyberpunk aside from me?
I have not.
Has anyone watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners?
No.
Has anyone read
No, you lost me at red.
Adam Smasher. I'm the only one that can answer this question, so no one can dispute it.
I was going to say Adam Smasher just based on his name.
He has a very famous line. I can't say it.
Okay.
Next question comes from Shane's Construction Worker. If you could make ODS 2, what would the plot
Why are
be?
you my construction. What are you constructing of mine? What are you constructing? I didn't give you the green flag for anything.
And probably an expansion to the garage, given how cramped it.
They can't. No, they can't be
Expansion to the
comfortable.
garage and
They
galvanized
can't
steel
be.
beams.
Yeah, I guess so. They can't be. They can't be comfortable in there.
Well,
You can make it deeper, but you can't make it wider. you can expand the floor. You can just go down deeper. That's it.
Honestly, I could see them being the type of people to expand the walls out and just add rooms and still be locked.
well, if I was going to make ODS 2, it would just be following Alpha 9 now that they're Spartan 4 is not going to lie. Because you would have to tell a whole new ODST story unless you made it about Tarkov. Or invented a whole new ODST. I don't know. ODST had a special vibe about it, not because they were ODSTs, but because of who those characters were. So, yeah, it's got to be about those guys. How about you guys? ODS 2?
Sure.
But
Why
no.
not?
What would the plot be?
I don't know.
I feel like
ODS 2 is not like a thing I'm really that
we've
into.
answered this before. If there was going to be another ODST game,
Yeah.
I would like just to liven up the world and the lore of Zeta Halo. I'd like it to be something along those lines, like nighttime on Zeta Halo during the events of Halo Infinite, or before. I guess maybe before Chief wakes back up. I guess.
Yeah. Wake up, John. Next question. Chief. Next question comes from Seaman JumperScape, asking, "How are you guys?"
Horrible.
I mean, I'm feeling a little tired, but otherwise mostly hungry.
Tired and burnt out.
I'd say in the moment I'm a little tired, but as far as the grand scheme of things goes, I'd say things are looking pretty up right now.
Oh wait, no. How are you really?
I just told you how I really was.
I stand by my last answer.
I'm very much still hungry. Austin's Ungoy. Oh wait, no, that is spelled. I'm gonna read it the way that it's spelled. Sorry.
Very important. You go to general.
Go to general. Okay. Very important.
We all got tagged in a very important post.
We did. Why is there?
This could ask this question.
Hey, the Don, Shane, James at Austin. Since you guys are hosts, keepers of the library, doesn't that make you all librarians? Yeah, I guess.
I don't think we needed to check that this very moment. That wasn't that urgent.
That sounds like a question.
Hey, I'm just saying, I'm getting those books to you quickly.
And I said yes, but a hot librarian
with the glasses,
and stuff.
Hold on. Man, several people are typing. How about that?
I find it funny that some of these people get to watch this and be like, "Oh, this chat happened, and it's on the library, and they were talking about it."
I already spoiled it. Sorry.
Oh. Okay. You could delete it.
He's already looking.
Big goal.
Big goal.
Big goal. Peep DM. Bagel. That's funny. Okay, moving back to the Q&A while you guys are interacting with these guys. Austin's Ungoy stepchild asks, James with a standard energy sword damage boost and an overshield versus an elite honor guard with a sword and a Halo 2 plasma rifle.
Huh?
Me
Who wins?
with what?
You with a standard energy sword, a damage boost, and an overshield versus an elite honor guard with a sword and a Halo 2 plasma rifle.
He bodies me.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You're not trained in an energy.
Like,
He
it's
would
like, I'm
body
not-
all 4 of us combined with all of that.
As much as I want to just be like, yeah, I'd kick his ass. Like, you could have. A regular blue elite would probably body me.
It's an honor guard, my guy.
Like, I'm getting pumped.
Yep. Pause.
Like, I'm gonna go try and swing at him. He's just immediately gonna grab my arm and slice me.
Next question comes from Wish I Was Council of Patreon names. Hey, we have tiers going down as low as $1 a month. So if you really want to be on that council, it's an easy way to do it. Otherwise, I think I know that $1 is a limited tier, but the $5 is unlimited. So there's that, if that helps at all. Okay, so what's up with Halo? Interpret the question as you will. There are people behind it that don't know what they're doing because they're not sure what they've been doing. Thanks. Fleetmaster Lactation asks, how do you think the Sangheili would treat an albino member of their race? I've always held the headcanon that both pre-Covenant and Covenant Sangheili might have revered or thought they were chosen by the gods in some manner. Albino Sangheili.
I was gonna say something really messed up.
Statistically speaking, how common does it happen?
To our knowledge, it has not. But
I'm just saying, considering the at least Covenant era, Sangheili didn't even believe in bandages. I imagine they were fans of eugenics.
you were navigating that so hard.
I was like, I don't want to say this word, but it's the only word that applies.
Is it them that were a fan of that, or the prophets more so?
It's hard to say.
Because the prophets, at least, were.
Considering that they're the Sangheili literally had to get permission to have children,
just like Helldivers,
and have their like genes tested. I'm pretty sure.
What, the Sangheili?
Yeah.
I don't know about the Sangheili. I know about the Sanchiom.
I know that there is a whole process for mating. It was in Outcasts.
That's why I don't remember it. I've only read it once, and I need to read it again. C-Man is back and asks, are AI generators the death of human creativity? No, it's just another tool in the toolbox if you do it right. Face McShooty asks, greetings, gigolos and gigolettes. I have none of the Halo books, but want to eventually gather them all. I believe there are 31. Where can I get a whole set? First of all, gigolos and gigolettes?
Music?
That's I think is that ICP?
I think that's those clown people. Yeah.
Those clown people.
Yeah, insane clown posse.
Those insane clown people. Okay, so 31. No, there are more than that, and you cannot get them as a whole set. You have to buy them individually, but they are all available on Amazon. So
you could probably find people selling them in bunches on like eBay or something.
You can get them for absolute garbage cheap for at Thrift Books. Thrift Books has almost, I think, actually all of them.
Have fun collecting.
Yeah. We already answered this earlier today, but thoughts on the Halo CE remake leak? Just listen to the episode from Tuesday. Slapnuts, what's your guys' favorite wonder weapon from COD Zombies? Ooh, this is a
Wunderwaffe.
Lock-in question.
It's not even a lock-in question. Without hesitation, it's the Wunderwaffe.
Oh man,
It ain't that easy for me.
I gotta put some thought into this one. Oh man.
For me, it's just the sounds are really satisfying, and also it's really good.
I'm trying to pick what's like
as they fry.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick what's the most fun for me to use.
Honestly, probably for me, Mark III.
Mark III.
I have so much fun with
like
Mark III.
Is that the real Mark III, not the Mark III that in all-around enhancement, right?
What is the original one?
The dual wield one that has the portals.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one's cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I have to say, the Winter's Howl is a very.
Get out of here.
Upstairs. Go upstairs.
Get out of here.
Leave.
I also like the KT4.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know what that is.
What about what's the one thing from oh my god, Black Ops 3 for Zombies map?
Oh, the Apothicon server.
Yes, Apothicon is probably a very, very close second.
So I'm between the Apothicon and the Thunder Gun.
Thunder Gun's also fun.
That's for my choice.
There's not many I dislike besides the fucking what's it called? The
Winter's Howl.
Yeah, Winter's Howl.
Or the jet gun.
Isn't the Blundergat kind of mid?
Not if you upgrade
No,
to the acid.
the
jet.
Acid Gat is good.
And then if you get it all the way up to the Vitrolic Withering, it's goated, and you can literally survive forever.
How do you do that?
I don't remember.
Oh,
You just have a shield on your back, and you use that thing, and you literally just can train, stand still, shoot the ground, and all the zombies around you will just start dissolving.
That's awesome.
I need to figure out how to do that.
I think honestly, I love the staffs. I'm a huge fan of the staffs.
The staffs are cool.
I do
Well,
love
which
them.
staff?
I don't think I've put.
I'm gonna be real with you. I've never gotten them. I just like the concept. I just like the concept the most.
I haven't put enough time into Origins to
I've-
have an opinion on the staffs.
Only gotten the fire staff and the wind staff. The fire staff is the only one I know the steps from memory for.
Isn't
So
there
it's
one that
usually
you
the
just
one I
get
go
by
for.
digging it up in the snow?
Well, the pieces, yeah, but there's always more
Okay.
steps.
Next question comes from Wraith LS33 asking, do Shane and Connor have girlfriends?
What kind of question is
Go to
this?
the next
I mean,
That's personal.
Go to the next fucking
it was worse. It
Go to
had
the next fucking question. Go to the next fucking question.
it had yet on the end originally.
Go to the next fucking question. What are you smirking at?
It's an uncomfortable smile. It's not a smirk.
Lactating Snake Nipples asks, there's an Ungoy wife and a Droll Hane mistress and a Sanghili lover amongst their canon.
All three.
Don't even know the question.
I don't need to.
I have a feeling you're gonna regret this one.
Amongst their canon romances. So
Was I right?
So human girlfriends? I'm only aware of Austin and his wife. Well, there's James.
I have a girlfriend. We have a podcast called Room 237. It comes
Streaming
out every
on
Friday
Friday.
on all platforms.
Every single one, all of them. I've checked.
YouTube most of the time.
I've got a jib.
I've got a deaf cat.
He goes,
I've got a deaf dog. I feel attacked.
Sorry for the deaf animals. Sergeant Forge's Chipotle shotgun is back and asks, have you ever had a dream that you want them to do you so much you could do anything?
You know he reads everything you put on the teleprompter.
Fluently too. Wish I was Council of Patreon names asks, how many planets are in UNSC? There's a dash at the end, so it indicates the question gets cut off. There's a lot of them.
Oh no.
There's a lot of them.
Have fun reading. And I'll have fun listening.
Lactating Gator asks, not a Halo question, but by the time this question is picked, the Xbox Showcase / Game Fest will be over. So are there any games you're looking forward to that was shown during the event?
E-Day.
E-Day and Doom.
I'm like the only one here that's excited about Age of Mythology.
No, you are.
Okay.
Yep. You're right.
It's a good game. James, what are you excited for from the showcase?
not much.
I'm excited for Perfect Dark.
I'm excited for the hero shooter that they're making that can change the way the map is.
Frag Out. Is it called Frag Out?
Something like that. But yeah.
It's sick.
Yeah, no, it looks really
It's
cool.
super cool. Dark Matter Whiskey asks, do you think Earth's economy in the Halo universe is a lot better than our present day, or do you think it's
Yes.
complete
Yes.
cluster?
Yes.
No, it's
Yes.
that shouldn't even be a question.
I'm not going into details, but yes.
Okay, it's probably yes. Lactating Snake Nibbles is back and asks, who would you rather verse? The Brute from the Dead Space series, the Tank Flood form from Halo, or your Garage Shane after all those people escape?
I got him in there. I can put him back. I'm taking the fucking people in the garage.
I need to play some Dead Space.
You do. It's a really good game.
That's the one game I've always wanted to play.
I too would pick Shane's captives.
I would also pick Shane's captives.
Yeah, Shane's captain seemed like the best bet here.
Round
them up.
4v all of them. We got this.
There's only a few hundred.
What was there, like? I thought it was like 72.
Pretty sure it's the entire Discord. I think it's the entire
Then that's
Discord.
like 4v600.
Yeah. So that's a few
Every time
hundred.
there's a new member, that's when James pulls up and drops another one off.
Yeah.
All right, so 2 more questions to go. SPC Slate 92 asks, who's your favorite ODST from the canon, Alpha 9 excluded? Tarkov. sergeant. No, he's not actually canonically a sergeant. I don't know what he is, to be honest. So, gentlemen, do you have a favorite ODST from canon that's not an Alpha 9? If you even know any of them.
I think I'm just gonna break the rules here anyway, and George.
Okay, all right. Last question from Stavi on Dusticos. What? Asks, new guy here. I don't know if you guys have talked about it yet, but what do you guys think about Halo CE being remastered? Okay, yeah, we already talked about that on the show today. So skipping ahead, one more. Fleetmaster Lactation asks, we know Spartans are heavily augmented, but would you say that Captain America could technically be considered a Spartan, maybe a Spartan 4? No. Even a Spartan 4, no.
He's a strong guy who doesn't afraid of anything.
That's Chief.
Hey, they both have shields.
Oh my gosh. I'm still never going to get over that Bat in the Sun superpower beat down where Captain America beat Chief. It's so wild. Before we wrap up, I want to address a couple Q&As that we got on Spotify. There were 2 that I saw that I wanted to make sure were answered. One of them was just straight up, is Halo Wars backwards compatibility on Xbox One? Yes. You can play Halo Wars on any console.
Even your DS.
No.
Yeah.
And then lastly, you guys should interview Eric Nyland or Greg Bear. I agree on Eric Nyland. I regret to inform you that Greg Bear has passed away as of last year.
I clicked with me immediately. I'm like,
It won't matter.
So I'm sorry about that.
yeah, Eric Nyland would be cool.
Eric Nyland would be great. He's the guy who basically created Halo lore.
And living.
Yes, he is in fact also doing that. So
Show some class, Connor.
So anyway, yeah, we're all exhausted after doing this for 3 hours. So we're just going to call it there. If you want to support us directly, patreon.com/JumperScape. You want to join the community, discord.gg/JumperScape. You want to greenlight a show, that's ko-fi.com/JumperScape. Help us get a camera so we can make the video podcasts start sooner. We only need $250 more in total donations, and we can set up the video podcast setup. So that'd be really great.
I'm excited.
Me too. I can have couches. It's gonna have lights.
I can start my collection of funny sunglasses.
Okay. I'm more excited about people being able to see our behind the mic antics when people are talking. Because like people don't know that we're hitting the Lethal Company default dance while we're here talking to people.
It's a very random, out of place Helldiver salutes.
Yes.
Of course.
Anyway, join the Helldivers. Are we ready to go?
Yeah.
But more importantly, join our Discord.
Yes, discord.gg/JumperScape.
Yeah, let's just terminal end this thing.
No, I can't do that. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you guys next week for Halo 2, baby.
The library was produced and published by JumperScape Audio. Funding was provided by our fantastic patrons on Patreon. If you enjoy the show and wish to support JumperScape's future projects or get some sweet benefits, join our Patreon at patreon.com/JumperScape or become part of this truly special community at discord.gg/JumperScape. Thank you for your listenership, and we hope you enjoyed.